Welcome back to the Juice.
Bang.
You're listening to Spiked Lemonade, the only Roundnet podcast that squeezes out all the juice in the Roundnet community right now. I'm your host, Matt Spo, along with my co-host,
Hey guys, it's Kyle Keenan. Keenan is key. Did you know that as a first-time home buyer, you only need 3.5% down to buy a property in PA or New Jersey? The more you know.
That's it. Love that. The more you know with Kyle Keenan.
Tell me who you know doing things like the Lemon Boys do it on the way to the top. This just elevator music. Matter of fact, there's a slap. I ain't even playing hockey. I'ma put it in reverse like Fanaki, cocky. Never we killing these brothers softly, awfully clever. You know you could never stop me, huh? Y'all be driving stick shift. This is auto. You know I'll turn it up. G Donato. I wanna beat up the beat. You gotta see us to see. Put the whole house on it. You know that Keenan is key. Squad so deep. Take a map just to find them all. And you know I'm about to eat like I'm Ryan Paul. Too tough, no rest. Crown, I wear it. Big cut, big flex. Mike Garrett. Run the game round here. This is natural. And you know I got the touch like a maspo. Spiked lemonade. Spiked lemonade. On the way to the top. About to elevate. Spiked lemonade. Spiked lemonade. And the boys don't play. Better get it straight. Spiked lemonade. Spiked lemonade. On the way to the top. Watch me elevate. Spiked lemonade. Spiked lemonade. Don't hate, just wait. Spiked lemonade.
Alrighty, and I'm always goofy in the beginning. I can't like dial it in.
I just can't get dialed in. It's like 3 words.
I know. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Spike Lemonade podcast, where we squeeze out all the juice, leave no stone unturned. I'm your host, Josh Donato. My co-host,
Matt Spo.
Matty Spo. Tonight, we're actually here with our first ever infomercial. This episode is brought to you by Kyle Keenan. Keenan is key. The go-to resource for all your real estate needs in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. We're going to drop some of his information in the description of this YouTube video. If you are in that area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, looking for a home, investment property, and all of the above, he's your guy. He's unbelievably dialed. He has a handful of properties now to his own. We're in one of them now recording. We really do go all over the place. So it's a big shout out to you, Kyle, for letting us use your humble abode. And yeah, so that's our first read on the pod, first like pseudo sponsorship here.
There we go.
Kyle Keenan, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, we get a studio. He gets a free ad. I'm not mad about it.
Tomato, potato.
Sure. Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I'm hyped. So we're gonna start looking into more sponsorships for the podcast. We have some cool things coming down the pike here, but leading off is Kyle Keenan. Keenan is key. So more information on Kyle will be in the description.
For sure. Also, can we just talk about how much upgrades we're getting every single episode, dude?
Just more and more dialed.
Let them know.
Let them know what's going on, Matt.
The control arm for the mic. We got an extra pop filter. You guys don't even know what this stuff does, but for nerds and geeks like me who love this stuff, it's just heaven. This is a setup now. This is a whole ass setup. We got the light around the camera. We got the new lens. We got the arms, the pop filters.
How about the green glow?
We got the little green glow in the background. Everything, dude. Hey, little by little, we're getting somewhere. Now we just need a set. If we get a whole studio with like a desk, a news desk, maybe like neon light in the background.
I wonder if we could talk to Kyle. Maybe he'll let us paint one of his walls and put like...
Maybe he can rent us out an office space.
Dude, we're going to have to talk to Kyle because Keenan is key, and maybe he delivers on more than just homes. We'll see.
So we're actually here, when you guys are listening to this, we are recording this Wednesday night. We're dropping this Thursday.
Yep.
So the big thing, late, it's 10 o'clock, 10:30 maybe, 10:45 we're starting. Super late, but one thing that happened is like, okay, we need a place to record. What's in the middle of us? Kyle Keenan is key. So what Josh says, he comes to me, he goes, hey, we need to get this recorded because you know why? Consistency is key. So with consistency, with Kyle Keenan, everything is key. It's just key.
That's unbelievable.
And you'll understand
It's
it
a
once
hell
you
of a
deal with
transition.
him. A hell of a real estate guy.
Yes.
Broker, agent, something.
Agent.
Yeah. He's a good kid.
Yeah. So more info to come, but we are in Kyle Keenan's humble abode. He also has a new roommate. We're gonna have to touch on that a little bit.
I
too.
heard he smells.
We have Brandon Timoneer, one of our Lemon lads, staying here with Kyle as he's pursuing a new job, business venture since he graduated college. Graduated from Drexel University, right? Drexel University. Working in a unbelievable opportunity right now. High clearance position that I can't talk about because I'm scared for my life.
Classified.
It's classified. If you see him at a tournament, don't ask him about it. but just kidding. No, don't be serious. But it's all good stuff. So we're here tonight at the pad. What do we talk about tonight? We'll talk a little bit about nationals, talk a little bit about upcoming episodes, and to echo what Matt said, consistency. Every week you're getting an episode, no matter what. We had some unbelievable feedback the past couple weeks where it was just like, listen, there's not really much round net material coming out right now. Like, keep going. And so that's what we're going to do. We have a couple really cool episodes in like the next, let's say, 6 weeks or so, highlighted by Gabriel Finaki III coming on and revealing his season partner, which may or may not have been decided. Who knows? And he's going to come on and reveal it here. And who he's playing with may be able to slide on the podcast too, depending on how that goes. So can't give away too much, but depending on where he goes with, next season, he and his partner will both be sitting here in the Lemon Lad hot seat, Spike Lemonade Pod hot seat. Revealing that. So that'll be exciting. And then a couple partner episodes. We'll talk about who we're playing with next season. Are we playing with each other next season? It's possible. Some people have alluded to that. I've gotten that. Like, are you guys playing together next season?
What would our team name be? LL Spiked?
That'd be pretty cool.
SLP?
I like
Is that too many letters?
It is a
LL SLP?
It is a little wordy. A little tripping over the tongue. I can't even get my words
Could you imagine
out.
Jonah saying, and the finals in this corner, we have LLSLP coming in hot against sitting at 5'4" combined double clutch. Just doesn't sound. I don't know. LLSLP is wordy.
It doesn't have a good ring to it.
Lettery, I guess. But
yeah.
LL Spiked, LL Pod,
LL hosts,
LLPs in a pod.
Double P's in the pod.
We'd figure it out.
We'd have to do some digging.
Yeah.
So needless to say, you might be able to see between the lines. We haven't thought about this much.
No, we have not.
So let's dive right into it. Nationals 2023. I was not there. Matt Spo was. He got to see it. So
I got to feel it. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it was so freaking hot. Hot.
I heard a lot of people talking about fatigue, exhaustion.
90-degree weather.
Somebody coined the term, I had a gray out, which I thought was interesting.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's like...
Who said that?
Kieran. It wasn't like it's before the blackout. It's basically like you're so exhausted and dehydrated that you're almost like you're glazed over. Your vision starts to go, like that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So how were the conditions?
It was hot. It was humid, but it wasn't as humid as it supposedly gets down there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, for me, used to 50 degrees now.
Yeah.
Going down there and playing at 90 was tough. I was so dehydrated. Corey was there and he was saying I just looked the worst I've ever looked at a tournament. Like, I just looked sickly. Not necessarily playing wise. I was slow, yes, but like in between points I was hands on the knees.
Interesting.
And hands on the head and always out of breath after like a little rundown. Not like even big. And it's just I was so dehydrated. That's my fault, I know. But it was definitely a rough one. But it felt nice after I was done playing. Yeah. Barefoot, chilling. Yeah. Hanging out just a little bit.
Could you pull up for me the Flangizo? Because I kind of wanted to go through this a little bit. I wanted to talk about who took each pool. I guess I have it. I can go in here. So let's go through the groups. Taking group. Why is it starting with group C? Am I on the wrong thing?
Oh no, because they made the women's groups A and B.
Okay, understood. Group C, 6-0 to start the day in pool play. Funaki Pacone, they take Group C. That was also your group?
Yes.
Did anybody threaten them at all throughout pool play? Did they have any close games?
We can check. Click on it. We didn't do too terrible against them. They had a 21-5, a 21-12,
12,
15 against us, 8,
15,
and 13.
and 13.
Yeah.
So they weren't tested all that much.
No, not really. Which was
Maybe to be expected a little bit.
kind of. Me and Max really should have given them more of a run for their money.
Yeah.
But again, I was so out of it. And it's just excuses at this point. But yeah, I was not on my game at all.
Okay. We'll get into more of this with you guys and in your bracket run, but we're going to go to Group D. Taking Group D, Abrams and Hamilton, what would have been Rogue, but Ryan Marino pulled out with a plus 44 point differential. Their point diff giving them the edge over Dynamite, who is a team with made up of 50% Ariel, Wish, New Jersey Roundnet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unbelievable performance.
Ariel's been just doing. Ariel and his partner, Charlie, have been crushing it at tournaments lately. Like
Yeah,
they're such
impressive.
an underdog team, and they've been just getting good results.
Yeah.
They've been doing well.
It's really impressive. I've never
Sleepers.
played against them, and I've actually don't know that I've ever seen them play, but all you can do is follow their results, and their results have been good.
Been solid.
Group E, Gross and Shaytar figured that they would do well, went 5-1. Degenerates, do you know who that is?
Tommy Hoffman took a game off
Beautiful.
of him. Yeah,
Tommy Hoffman and
another NJR guy.
and the Jack kid, right?
Yes,
That's a very good team. Geez, they had a plus 41 point diff. Tommy,
Yeah.
look at you.
they
go.
did great, dude.
Good for them. That's unbelievable. Group F, Bothouse goes 6-0. Kind of to be expected there. The rest of the teams in the group I do not recognize. TRP Blank Check, I believe that's Modell and
Fred.
Fred.
Yep.
Hinkle going 6-0. Worthy of note, we got Beeks and Porter going 3-3. Saw a little bit of Scott's roundup from his tournament on his Instagram story. Flicked through a few of his highlights on the post. Looked like they played well and were in a couple tight matches into the bracket. Group H, Lazy, who had, I guess,
Lazy
the
had
day
a
of their life.
fucking day. Lazy was on something, dude. They were touching everything. They were hitting it with the serve pressure. Every time I looked over, they did something cool. Like they were on something.
Jeez, and they beat Low Key, who I maybe would have picked early in the day to win this pool. Low Key also had the point diff at
Low Key
57.
is
Low Key's Dawson Morgan
Yes.
Taylor Church, 57 plus minus, and versus Lazy's 6-0, but they go 53 plus minus. So just kind of show you Low Key's quality. Group I, Borderline goes 6-0. Could have predicted that. And then we go Kieran Rose and Pac-Man Jones at 5-1 with a plus 49 point diff. Who's not TBD?
That's-
also going 5-1.
I believe that's Christian and Brendan.
No, I think they were the Slither
Right?
team. I think they were.
They
Slither.
were. Who's not TBD? That was. Oh. Yeah, press it, and then go back, and then click on one of the games.
Got it. Cummings and Fra
Yes,
Giacomo.
yes.
That's a really good team. I'm actually no longer surprised that
Definitely,
they did as well as
definitely.
they did. That's a very good team. Okay, so let's go right into the bracket. I'm going to break down a couple of these. Pacone, Jonah, and Funaki kind of on cruise control. Beeks Porter take round one in the 16-17 matchup. And I'm going to just skip over some. Bothouse won fairly comfortably. Any upsets? Let me see if there are any upsets. Wait a minute. This is crazy. Look at this round one of this tournament. Not one upset. Higher seed won every single game.
That makes sense.
Kind of makes sense. Where
It
were you
does.
guys in here?
We were right behind with Fleet Footwork. That was Matt Burrows.
All right,
And,
talk to me about that series.
And
Burrows and who? McWhirther.
yes, Ethan. Ethan surprised me. I didn't know. Like I knew he played, but I knew of him more as just like a guy who hung out around there. I've never seen him play before, but he's solid. He has some stuff that'll surprise you. Like he had this weird drop that really surprised us. We took him to 3 actually. I think it went 16-16 and then a late game 3 in extras. It was a good fun match. I was getting frustrated with myself just because like I felt me and Max being such a defensive heavy team, we really need to be able to rotate at our normal pace. I know for a fact I just felt slow I would get to the ball and we would get touches, but we just couldn't convert because we were a little late, so we couldn't get as good of a touch as we wanted. So that was frustrating, and I got in my head a little bit because of that. Plus the being out of breath every 5 seconds and not knowing where I am. I had the worst physical awareness I think I've ever had playing ever. So like I just didn't know where I was. I kicked the net receiving a drop. I lost where my setting was so off. Like I just didn't know where I couldn't find the set, and everything was just so off by like my physical awareness and knowing where things are. It was just so off. Dehydration maybe, but it was just.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying that, like it was so hot, dehydrated, exhausted, like that kind of thing. And I wonder, because we're not that far removed from summer. I guess we kind of are, but like the warm temperatures. But it's interesting. Maybe it was just like your body kind of like gets back to a norm, and then you're spiking it back into.
I think that's what it was, because we were like slowly getting colder for New Jersey. I mean, New Jersey's everywhere, so it's like it'll be 80, then it'll be 30. But we're slowly getting colder, and then all of a sudden going to 90 and playing, like trying to play hard, is tough. It's definitely tough.
True. So the scores for that series, if you were curious, Burrows and his teammate took the series. They won game 1, 21-17. Matt and Max fight back to win game 2, 21-17. Dear God.
Yeah, it was 17-17. What was the last one?
Game 3, 33-31.
Yes, it was super late.
Hell?
The mini break didn't switch once. Me and Max held every single time and just tried to fight for that mini break, but we couldn't. Our service pressure wasn't there. I couldn't find good ball contact. I just was off.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Max played through. Max played super well. He did what Max does and just stayed freaking consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what he does. Okay, so through round 1, we have 0 upsets. It's very chalky. All of our favorites win. Round 2, Funaki Piccone take down Beeks Porter in 2. Abrams Hamilton take down the Degenerates, which is Cool Ball and Thomas Hoffman in 2. Bothouse wins against Slither in 3. Slither being Bennett and Ferreira.
Yes. Okay.
Borderline takes down Low Key in 2, 21-18 and 19. Lazy wins in 3 versus the team that beats you.
Yeah.
They win in extras. They lose at 19, and then they win the game 3 in extras.
Interesting.
A tight match.
That's a tight match.
That's a good look for you guys, actually. Let's go. So we now have our first upset through a round and a half with Gross and Shaytar taking down Cummings and Fra Giacomo. Losing game 1 in extras, 24-26, and then winning at 17 and 18 in games 2 and 3. What did you think? Let's touch on this a little bit. What did you think about Gross and Shaytar? Did you see them play a single
They looked
rep?
good. They looked, yeah. They were playing their quarters right next to Gabe, and they looked good. They were doing some cool stuff too. Justin played super well from what I saw. And they meshed pretty well. They looked like they were having fun.
Yeah,
that was the biggest thing.
I think they have a good history. I think they played together back in the day.
Yeah, like the New York days. Yeah.
It's obvious that Kieran's going in the direction of Pack for the season for 2024, just like you can tell, plain as day. I wonder what Justin's thinking, and I wonder if a player like Ryan is on the table for him, or if
that would be a great grab for Justin. And if who knows, I don't know how they felt playing with each other. I wish I would have asked, but they looked solid. If they get more reps and they learn each other's play style, I could see that being a really good team. But
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that Joe might not be as active next year, depending on because he's gonna be graduating. So you never know when you graduate, your life completely changes. So
true.
He might not be able to play as much. So if Gross can't play with Spotless, maybe Gross Shaytar. Maybe.
Just maybe.
Just speculating here, but. We love to speculate here.
We certainly do. I kind of like them as a team. Maybe we fool around after we're done this year, and we. Do you know Shaytar?
Yeah.
Maybe we text Shaytar and ask Shaytar if he wants to be maybe a call-in this evening. Maybe we could pick his brain on how we thought they played
we love
together.
some call-ins.
Yeah, and Shaytar's a good dude. I feel like he'll answer. He owes me one anyway.
He does, right?
Yeah. So we finished.
Won't
with
let that go.
No. We finished with 2 chalky finishes with Blank Check, Modell, and Hinkle taking down Outrageous in 2, 16 and 10. Backpacked taking down our boys from New Jersey, Dynamite at 14 and 16. Dynamite, a great run. Good on you guys, and looking forward to seeing what you do in the coming months into next season. I also wonder if they play the season next year together. They seem to be
probably.
They have
their
Thunder
chemistry's
Contender.
great. They're only getting better, and
Yeah.
they're for such young guys. I feel like they're gonna just keep.
They're going to keep going.
Yeah,
I want to play against those guys, actually. That's awesome. Good for them. Funaki Piccone, the 1 seed. Now we are into the quarters.
they had a tough quarters.
They take down Abrams and Hamilton, but it is in 3.
Yeah,
They win game 1 at 14. They lose game 2 at 17. And then they fight back and they win game 3 at 15. A lot closer than I would have thought,
yeah.
to be completely honest.
Really? I mean, Abrams Hamilton, I feel like was probably number 2 team. Looking at them, you could say Abrams Hamilton is probably the second favorite.
Really?
I would say so. It'd be, I think, them or Max and Fred. But I think they're interchangeable.
Yeah, maybe. I think I would favor Backpacked over them, and I would favor Bot House over them. Personally.
I think experience-wise, Abrams Hamilton just takes the cake.
We're not talking about
Well, yeah,
experience.
but
I
experience-
mean, you would say that about.
I think experience directly relates to serve receive, setting, and defense. And with the breaks that Thomas can get. Also, Abrams was cutting that day. Have you ever played with Abrams?
Never played with Abrams.
So he's known for
I
his
played against
jammy
him,
serves, and it's like he doesn't usually get a ton of spin on the ball, but he was spinning the
He was
ball.
shredding?
He gapped Hoffman, dude, the widest cut I've ever seen Dan hit, and just
You
it
gotta
was,
drag
yeah,
Tom into this.
hilarious.
Tom, sorry, you're catching strays, brother.
But no, it was he was serving that day too. It was like he was getting breaks.
Maybe,
every once in a
maybe
while.
you're right. Maybe I definitely
And
think
we
that
know
the top
Hamilton
three-
can get breaks. It's not a secret.
Hamilton?
Thomas Hamilton, yeah,
He can get breaks?
yeah, dude.
You're talking about if he's not in Ryan Marino's back pocket, he can get breaks and win games?
You're wild.
I don't know.
Wild.
I just don't know. So we got Bot House taking the next. What are we in the quarter? Bot House
Yeah.
taking the next quarter against Borderline, pretty much easy, 10-17. Lazy taking down Gross Shaytar. I would not have predicted this outcome. I would have taken Gross Shaytar. I would have bet large sums of money, and I would have lost. I wish this was recorded. I think doesn't Justin record all? No, I guess Kieran was recording.
I think
last
they
year.
did record.
I kind of want to see the replay
I do think they
of this
did record.
game. Lazy takes it in 3, winning game 1 at 16, losing game 2 at 17, and winning game 3 in extras at 22-20. And very good for them. I heard they played really well all day. Let's go to our quarterfinal matchup. Fred and Modell versus Pack and Clifford. Pack and Kieran Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that game, would you have picked Blank Check to win?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I could see that going either way. Going into it too, it was like it could easily go either way. I think I would favor Blank Check going into it.
I probably would have too, just because I'm so confident in both Fred and Max's serve receive. I love it. I love their serve receive.
Mm-hmm.
But Backpacked gets hot. I think they need a new team name too. Backpacked it's just too much. It's too wordy. I don't like it.
It's too packy.
Yeah,
where's
it's
the
just
Kieran?
There.
We got to keep with the theme of praising Kieran on this pod. So
Yeah,
we got.
Yeah.
Where's the Kieran in the team name, huh?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. We
I
can't
don't hate
we
it.
can't spend too much
I
time
don't
on
hate
it,
it.
but
Yeah.
I despise it. All right, we're gonna go to the semifinals. First semifinals. Funaki Piccone. It's Bot House.
That was a good one. That was a really it was like a obviously very dominant game, both 1 and 2 by each team.
Yeah.
And then game 3 was actually super entertaining to watch. Bot House made some fantastic plays. Piccone and Gabe made some fantastic plays. It's
Yeah.
really fun to watch game 3.
Game 3 is on Burrows, Twitch. Even if you go to it now, that video is still up there. You can watch Game 3. Very exciting.
Yeah.
The kid West from Bot House makes an unbelievable diving set from like 15 off. It's a really entertaining play.
That was really good.
But ultimately, Will and Gabe pull it out in 3, losing the first game at 16, then winning at 11 and 19. So they move on to the finals. Who are they going to play? They're going to play the winner of Lazy and Kieran and Pack. Kieran and Pack win 15 and 10 versus Lazy.
Wow, I didn't know it was that.
The Lazy run ends there, but an unbelievable run. I don't really know that team at all, but what a crazy run by you guys to slide into the 2 seed and play that well. Very impressive. Let's go right to the finals. We all saw it. I've talked to Kieran too, so I can be fully transparent. I thought Kieran did not look good. So many...
Both of them, both Kieran and Pack, made a lot of errors that you didn't see throughout the whole day. Especially coming off of a win against Lazy at 10 and 15.
Maybe they just completely gave everything. Everything out of the tank was gone. But they just did not look good. No. And it just looked like...
For a finals match at USAR Nationals,
yeah,
it did not live up to the hype, I will say.
We had a tournament locally here, and then afterwards we went back to my house, 10 or so of us, and we turned on the finals. Mm-hmm. And after game 1 of the finals, we just turned it off. We didn't even watch it. Yeah. I've gone back and looked at pieces of it, but we didn't even watch it. It was just we see where this is going. It's just I don't know. We just turned it off. Mm-hmm. We were playing board games and hanging, and there was just better things. We watched the women's, though. The women's game came on, and that was fun.
That was more exciting. Yeah, that was actually, for sure. Definitely more exciting than the men's.
I think we should actually talk about the women's a little bit. The women's.
Let's touch on just semis and the finals.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll take you there. I'll take you to the semis where we have Jenky and Kathleen Fan. Kathleen played against my fiance Amanda a few times this year. She's an up and coming player, very strong. From watching her in the finals, she still has some things to work on with her consistency. She still made more errors than anyone.
Every new player does. She's new. She's pretty new, relatively new into the sport. So.
Right. But she's very, very solid. She's very solid. And no one jumps in anybody's bag and goes all the way to the finals at the highest level.
Yeah, no. And the women's side was pretty stacked.
Yeah,
the women's side had a ton of really good players on it. Yeah. And it was a good field. It was a really good field.
So they were the 1 seed, Jenky and Fan. They took down Pearson, Washburn, another team that had a really, really
win.
Good, and they win in 3, winning the first game at 17, losing the second game at 17, and winning the third game in extras. So a very tight series. On the other side, we have Thus playing against Anderson. Do you know C. Anderson?
I don't know their first names, but Anderson Savage. They're from Utah, I believe. I remember Lorna playing them in Utah and saying they podiumed in Utah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was maybe it was their breakout tournament for the STS. I could be completely wrong, but that's the first time I noticed them, and they crushed it. Lorna came out, she was praising them, saying wow, these guys are really, really good. And to me, I was oh, I've never seen these people before in my life, and they crushed it. And then they come in here and I think they will get third, right?
They did. They go on to compete against Pearson, Washburn, and take the third place game in 3.
They crushed it. They're really good. They made some really cool plays too.
Exciting team. We watched through some of it too. They're an exciting team. First place finish going to Thus, taking down Jenky and Fan. I thought that Kathleen looked a little out of place in game 1 at 21-12, and she's in the finals, and there's got to be some stress. I'm playing with Ali Jenky. There's a lot on the line here. I want to play my absolute best. What did she do in the finals? Game 1 didn't give her best. She had a choice at that point in time. I'm here. I could pack it in. It is what it is. I made it this far. This day's a success. She played unbelievably well in the second game, and they went down in extras. And I was just really happy for a new player like that. Filling in too, I believe, for Olivia, who was not a last minute scratch, but I heard kinda the last week or so, maybe a little more than that. But I was very happy with them. But Thus looked a little bit more of a complete team with that cohesion. I know they've played together already, and definitely deserved to win.
No, they played super well. Kayla really impressed me with her serves.
Dude.
I don't know if it's just because I haven't really watched her too much recently because she hasn't been playing as much, especially like last season. She didn't really play a lot last season. But this tournament, she has some really spinny cuts.
Really?
Yeah, and that really impressed me, especially like from the observing line.
Right.
Like I'm right behind. I have like the perfect lane, and they jumped, and surprised me a lot. And they were both, her and Kaylin were everywhere on defense, super in system the whole time, super comfortable. They were the thus that went to the finals in 2021.
Right.
That was them.
Right. I mean, she's used to playing with the 2023 Breakout Player of the Year. So I mean,
have you been seeing the flame you've been getting for that?
I got flamed for that.
Dude,
it was a terrible
everywhere.
Take. Yeah,
everywhere. Josh Frag commenting on the post. 2020. Kara 2023 crazy.
Yeah, it was a bad take.
Sarah
Josh
posting
Frag.
on the story saying, "Yay, good job, Kara."
Yeah, that was funny.
Crazy.
That was funny. I think there was some sarcasm in that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely the hottest take on the pod,
Yes.
possibly ever.
Yeah, it was a bad take. It was a really bad take, but it was a lot of fun. Freaking fuck it.
Give me hold on 1 second for
Sure.
good old Max Modell. This didn't crack like it's supposed to, but Max gets it.
I was about to say, where the hell are we going with this? It's uncomfortable.
Oh, it was uncomfortable. These pants are too tight.
Oh, that's awesome. Good thing we're not in the freaking, man zone where the camera's like right, just, yeah.
We're not on the couch with
We're not on
Jonah.
the couch with Jonah. Okay, so we went through the Nationals. We saw Will and Gabe play together, win relatively easily, I would say. Do you think Will and Gabe would make a good team in 2024 if they were to do it?
I mean, they made a good team this weekend in conditions that are unlikely for most of the summer tournaments. They brought a ton of serve pressure.
Okay.
The one thing Gabe told me that what he loved about playing with Will was the fact that Will's serve percentage was so freaking high.
So
Will landed almost everything. He barely double faulted, and that's like he has lefty, righty, cut, and reverse. And for him to be able to land all of them super high percentage is great serve pressure. Not because they're the scariest serves to receive, but because he has everything, it's gonna squeeze out an ace more than you think. And they meshed well on defense. They played super solid. They looked super solid. They would make a good team. What do you think?
I don't know. They looked good together. They looked like they won relatively easily. Something about their, the way they mesh just doesn't, I don't know. I think they're too different.
They are, yeah. You wouldn't, I feel like you wouldn't look at them and say, oh, this would be, Will and Gabe would play really well together.
No.
I think they would play well together because they're just two top players.
Right.
Correct. I think that's why they do play well
Correct.
together. But then again, playing with each other more is just they're going to mesh better. They're going to learn each other's game. Yeah. And it'll turn out to be dangerous, more dangerous than they were taking down Kieran and Pack like it was butter. So,
yeah. I mean, I'd have to assume that he's on the table, unless he's already committed to having run the season back with Raul. I mean, that's just an assumption. I really don't know.
We have no idea.
Yeah. But they won, so there's always that. They won. I just didn't think that the tournament came back as loaded as your average challenger even.
Definitely.
But they did win with relative ease, so you can't be mad at somebody kind of winning in cruise control. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, they did have games to 3 too. Like their quarters and their semis both went to 3.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't hard.
That's good.
Makes
that's
sense?
That's a good counterpoint. I guess I'm going too much off of the finals. And what I heard about the Bot House series was they never really looked, although they dropped a game, they never really looked like they were out of control. They
definitely still looked really good.
Yeah. But more power to them. Be cool to see how all the teams mix up and come together. But yeah. What do you got? You got something for me over here?
Not something necessarily, but I do have a bunch of questions.
Oh, great.
If we want to segue into questions.
Let's do it. I thought you maybe had heard a response from Justin.
Oh, that too. So, Justin, I texted him, you up? As anybody would at this hour. And he goes, yeah, this is sounding a lot like a booty call. Which I guess it does. It does.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh shit, that's funny as hell.
So we can. Would you want to call?
Do you want to text him and say we're on the pod wanting to see if you could talk about Shaytar, Gross, and Natties.
I'm just gonna call him. He'll be down with it.
All right, call him.
Might as well.
It sounds like a booty call. That's so damn funny. Oh shit. Shaytar, live on the pod. Can you imagine? We've come so far.
Right? Collins. He might be asleep because that was a little bit ago, actually.
Yo.
Justin, you are live on Spiked Lemonade Podcast. Why don't you say hi to the
I
fans?
thought you were going to say that. What's up?
I'm here with Josh, of course.
Justin, what's
Okay.
happening, bro? Thanks for answering.
Yeah, no problem.
So we're gonna ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
So first off, how was Nationals, dude? How'd you play? Just give me a quick summary on what the weekend was like.
I was pretty happy with how we played the entire weekend, other than the amount of serve pressure we were able to generate.
Okay.
Defense felt good. Felt like we were holding pretty well. Just couldn't put enough quality serves on to get the pressure we needed.
Do you think that was just you and Ryan as a team, or do you think that was along the lines of the day and like the conditions?
I would say probably a little bit of both. Both of us are kind of, or at least this previous season, we're more of the support player for their respective teams. And I don't know about how he felt about his serves, but I know I didn't feel like I got anywhere near my ceiling. So, yeah, a little bit of both.
Hey, Justin, Josh here. So listen, man, wanted to talk to you about Ryan. How long have you two been playing together? Like, when was the first time you saw Ryan Gross at a pickup?
Oh, that's a good question. So, at a pickup was probably 2021. I
Okay.
had seen him briefly at some RIT tournament, maybe 2020. I think I was a freshman or sophomore. And he kind of just showed up, ran through the tournament real quick, took the free pro net, and then went back to his UR.
That's awesome. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so take me from that moment all the way through to Nationals. How do you end up playing with Gross? Did you fill in? Was it you guys plotting this for a little bit? Was there any part of it that was like, let's see how we play, on like a little bit of a higher level scale, not just like something locally and, as a potential team for down the line? Like what like went into it?
Yeah, so I've been shopping around a little bit without much success for partners for the tournament. And I'd actually kind of resigned myself to not playing the tournament. I was very close to texting Ben and being like, hey, you can remove me from the tournament. I didn't really find a partner. And then Ryan texted me out of the blue, was like, hey, you want to play Nationals? And I was like, sure, but like, weren't you playing with Matt? And I guess Matt hurt his ankle or something, so Ryan hit me up, and yeah, that's how we ended up together.
Understood. And Matt who are you referencing when you say that?
Oh, Matt Cole.
Oh, Matt Cole. Didn't know they were.
That's who Ryan was signed up with initially.
Okay. I missed that. Awesome. So you guys play together now. Is there do you feel like, and not really trying to push and prod into like where you're leaning for your 2024 season, but more or less, do you think you could see yourself playing with somebody that's also plays that like complementary, like hold master, you know what I mean? That sort of game style. Are you looking for a partner ultimately that can provide more pressure and allow you to kind of play your game? Or is somebody like Ryan Gross, you say, you know what, screw it. If he were to ask me to play the season, he's high enough level that it doesn't even matter. Let's do it. Like, where's your head at?
That is a great question. I think from a success standpoint, I would be looking for maybe more serves and less consistency, purely because two hold players playing at their best still aren't going to produce nearly as many breaks as somebody who's more of a variable serve bowler.
Right.
So just to like truly have success, you need that higher ceiling that comes with more serves.
Understood. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair answer. This is the final one I have for you because we like to get things a little spicy. It's not really that spicy, but would you say that if I had to ask you, obviously Kieran looks like he's moving to play, with Pac in 2024. Are you closer to the side of like, hey, really happy for Kieran, hope he does well, and like, more power to him, I hope he kicks ass? Or are you like, damn, you left me, we're not playing together anymore, like, I hope that I beat you in the first tournament that I see you at? Where do you stand on that?
Oh, so I'm definitely not upset with that. He seems to be pretty interested with that, with playing in Pac, and good for him. They'll do very well together. I did really want to play him at Nationals with Ryan because I wanted to see how that would go.
Oh, I wanted it too.
So
I wanted to see it.
I'm really disappointed that matchup didn't happen. We fell a little short to lazy right before we could have.
Could have had that.
Yeah, but I mean, sure, I would love to play him and beat him, but that's kind of just the nature of the game. I want to beat everyone I play.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, listen, we've taken up plenty of your time. I appreciate you. I know we talked briefly at the championship, but dude, you were just unbelievably dialed at the championship, and I only really got to see a full series when you played against Critical Hit, but I was massively impressed with you, bro. You played unbelievably well. You're going to do just as well next season, whether it doesn't matter who you play with. And we're buddies, even though I'm still a little spiteful when you came after me on the Instagram, but I'm partially over it.
I laughed pretty good whenever you told that story.
Awesome, I love it. Well, listen, bro, yeah. I'll give you back to Matt, but I appreciate you calling in, bro. Thanks for your time.
Cool. Thanks for reaching out.
I don't know why he's giving you back to me because I don't got anything for you. All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, no problem.
See ya.
See ya.
All right.
Dude,
that was the shorty himself.
That was really, really actually kind of cool.
Justin's sick. Justin's a great guy.
Yeah, dude.
Next day after Nationals, me and Max and Gabe ran into Justin and I'm so sorry. I forget your name. I'm just blanking because I'm on the spot. But we ran into Justin and one of his RIT guys in the airport at 4 a.m, and it was just wild. It was just super funny. We just barely ran into them. Yeah, that's just quick side story.
Quick side note, dude. I agree with you that Justin's the bro as well. But I was more saying like I like the pureness of his answers. He was just honest and like he didn't like sugarcoat anything. And I liked his answer when I asked him the question about Kieran. I kind of gave him like two sides, and he kind of like answered with both. He was like, I want to beat him when I play him, but I'm also like happy that he's gonna go and do well.
Yeah.
So Justin's a good dude.
That was a great dude.
That was cool. I like the call-ins. I think we need more of them. They're fun. It's hard to get guests all the time because people are all here, there, and everywhere, and we're in New Jersey. But we do have some questions from the group. Maddie, take us away.
So first off, I don't know if you noticed this, but I posted on my personal Instagram as well as the Spiked Lemonade podcast.
I saw that. For non-spikers.
Not even my Roundnet account, my own personal Instagram with all these non-spike ball people. And I got a couple good ones, a couple joke ones, and we're going to go through a couple of the good ones from not my like buddies just messing around with me, making fun of me for playing this stupid game. So
right, give us a few.
Actually, no. There's one. All right, one joke one we'll get to super quick.
Okay.
Can you get a good volley with a potato?
A good volley or a good rally? Because I think they may mean
same thing. Rally. No, rally volley.
I think a volley is more. I think of more like a kill at the net is like a volley.
I thought a volley in volleyball would be a bunch of like a rally in volleyball. Same. Can you get a good rally?
There we go.
Can you get a good rally going with a potato?
In round net, can you get a rally with a potato? If the net is tight enough, I'd say yes.
I think if the net is tight enough and the potato is hot enough. Right? Touches will be coming out steaming.
Dude,
literally.
soft touches galore.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny.
So yes,
I'm going to say yes.
Zach, you could definitely get a good volley with a potato.
Not on the Mammoth, but definitely on the Pro Net and 100% on the Premier Spike.
Faux show.
But
Faux show.
shizzles.
All right. We
Go
got Lorna's cousin
Is she also?
says,
Okay, go ahead.
do you think it will be in the Olympics
Yes.
eventually?
Eventually. I'd say we're probably on a 10-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's a decade away.
If it's not in it by 2028 when America hosts, it'll be the next one, 2032, right? Yeah. That's what I think.
I could see it. I mean, it would need something to catch a little bit, kind of like pickleball has caught on a touch more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something with viewing and like the watchability. Maybe it is more rallies, but something else would have to happen. The way the game is right now, my answer would be no. Where I see the game, yes.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
And then from my buddy's girlfriend,
Nice.
how many spike ball related things do you own? How much gear do you own?
I mean, I have socks with a spike ball on it. I mean, if you're getting down to socks, I don't have undies. I got no boxers. I got no briefs. With that, dang, what else do we have? We have shirts. We have sweatshirts. We have drawstring bags.
You got to
we have book
count
bags.
each jersey. You got to
Jerseys,
count
multiple.
each net. You got to count each bag that the net comes in. The shirts, the hats. Wow. I have a lot.
I have a lot too. How about this?
Would this count? This is a spike ball related.
Yeah, has to.
Yeah.
Has to.
Wow.
How about this? What's the most money you've spent on one spike ball item?
The Mammoth set.
Ooh, true. Mine would probably be my cleats. I bought expensive cleats for spike ball because I bought lacrosse cleats.
My cleats just trumped my Mammoth set.
Oh my God! What did you buy? You
Okay.
buy Cristiano Ronaldo's cleats signed
No,
by
no, no,
him?
no, no, no. So I had a lot of spike points, so I didn't pay full price for the Mammoth. I paid like 2/3 of the price for the Mammoth.
Okay.
So I got it cheaper, and the cleats just barely trumped it. It was like the high-end soccer cleats.
Yeah, your cleats are nice.
Yeah.
He went from more of a football heavy with a good base cleat to a more narrow, fast soccer cleat. It's gonna be lighter, and he plays a defensive game, and he's built for speed.
Didn't
So I
help
think
in
it's gonna-
Florida.
That's a valid point. It's too soon to make that.
Way
judgment,
too
I
soon.
think. Yeah, yeah.
They feel good. They feel good in pickup,
They look good.
and I look good in pickup. So I think so. I think so.
This guy. Oh, shit.
Check out LL replays to see the clips.
Dude, I don't know if we're pushing people to LA replays yet.
Why not? Why not?
Because we have like 7 videos up. 5 are cringe, 2 are decent. No, actually, 2 are good. 5 are cringy as fuck.
And we're gonna get more up there. Just be ready for it. Who cares?
More to come.
Exactly.
More to come.
Oh, more questions based on Roundnet people. I forgot. We asked Roundnet people. Okay. This one, I love this one. Joel Reed, Roundnet, says, who is the best rated pro player from 2023 who will not make the pro division next year in 2024? So who's the best pro from this year that won't make the pro division next year? That's a question and a half,
Great
Joel.
question.
I love that question.
Because there will be some, unless they expand on it. 'Cause
There
people
should be some.
Yeah. Yikes. It's a good question.
That's such a tough question, too.
It's a good question, bro. Jeez Louise. This is squeezing out all the juice because I have like 2 or 3 answers, but it's just like, I don't know if I'm ready to make that sort of... I'm going to say that they tighten up the prerequisites for how you get into the pro division. I'm going to say neither of the brothers from the Prince get in next year. So there's 2.
Okay. I'm going to say Buddy Hammond.
Ooh.
I don't know if he's going to take the game as seriously next year.
Uh-huh.
And if he plays with Clark, if they run it back again, I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's so tough.
That is tough.
Oh, no. I don't know. I think, all right. If Assistive Touch plays again, I think they'll make it.
Okay.
If Buddy were to play with anybody else, Clark's level or a little bit below Clark's level, I don't think they'd make it. I think Buddy and Clark just have that chemistry that just trumps every other team. Mm-hmm. That I don't know if Buddy will be able to get that with anybody else in a span of one season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you very well might be right. My guess is if he plays, he'd get to play with somebody legit. But how legit? Mm-hmm. That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think about Noah Luskis? Think he's a lock?
I wouldn't say he's a lock. He's a great player. If he keeps playing,
I guess it also these all kind of depend on who they end up playing.
Definitely. But yeah, I wouldn't say Noah's a lock in any means. But
there's a lot of good other players like Ferreira. He's a solid player. He comes to mind. It's just like he didn't make it. There's a lot of those players on the cusp that are really
like
good.
Oswald Frag. They kind of just made it in like the last tournament. They got a good result at. They got third in Portland. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if they don't team up, I don't know much about Oswald because I just haven't heard of him. But I don't know if Oswald makes pro again if he doesn't team up with
somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good take. Yeah, that's true. I don't know who else really. There's going to be more. Great question. Yeah, there's going to be more.
There's a lot of options. There really is.
I mean, who was on the cusp fighting for a spot but ultimately didn't get in? Like Dawson Morgan. I heard, he didn't make it. He was on the cusp. The Cummings kid was on the cusp. He didn't make it. We saw that happen in Connecticut. Hilltop, they didn't make it. I don't care what anybody says. Max Modell is a pro-level player.
Oh, for sure.
I know he didn't make pro, quote-unquote, this year, but who really gives a fuck? He's a pro player.
Max is better than half the pro division.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My voice is cracking again. I was good, and now it's cracking again. We can address it, all right? I'm a grown-ass man. Why is my voice cracking so much on the podcast?
It's only when we don't have a... Wait, no. When was... It stopped for the Jonah. You were super comfortable.
Maybe I think it's the couch. It's the couch.
You're more comfortable
because I don't think I did... I think I was very comfortable with Blake, too. It's the desk. I'm in a too proper position.
Yeah. That's funny. That's a good question, though. I appreciate you sending that in, Joel Reed.
Yeah, Joel, that was sick.
Maybe after the pod, if you listen to this, give us who do you think?
Yeah, send us a DM.
Send us a DM. Who the hell do you think? Because I think that's a little bit of a juicy question. I think it was a setup. I think you were coming for us there, and we're right now on the back end trying to come off of a little bit of heat from some of our aforementioned episodes, Joel. And I think you're trying to throw us back into the fire, so maybe we calm down.
Hey, but then we wouldn't be squeezing out the juice.
It's true.
Let's talk about... All right. Who is the most fun NJ player?
Most fun?
And why is it Danny Goligorsky?
Why is he the answer?
This is from Daniel Golog. And he says, who is the most fun NJ player and why is it Daniel Goligorsky?
Gotcha. There's another setup question.
Yeah, he's just trying.
Danny, very fun. All right, let's do this. Let's do
Danny G.
Let's do a top 5 most
top
fun.
Top 5? How about top 3?
Okay, you've convinced me. Top 3 most fun players in NJR to play with.
With or against or just on the net?
I'd say on the net.
All right. Top 3, NJR, on the net. I go to a pickup. This guy's here. I'm having a good time.
Yes, go ahead. Your list first.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Danny G's on one of them. I love Danny. He's such a fun. We just have a blast every time we play.
He is or he is not?
He is. He's for me. He's one of them. Like he's one of the guys I connected with pretty early in the scene in New Jersey, and we just kind of hit it off from the bat. So every time we're always having fun, and whenever he comes back from West Point, it's always a blast.
Good vibes,
yeah,
he is the Brody. I really like him.
Always good vibes with him.
Good vibes.
Well, you say whenever you think of one. Like I don't have to do all my 3, then you do all your 3.
Oh, okay. Good vibes. Probably go with Kyle Keenan. Keenan is key. Great vibes on the net.
That's a hype net right there with Kyle Keenan on it.
Yep, I'm gonna go Gabriel Fanaki. He actually does a really good job making sure everybody on net has fun.
That is true.
I think he does a good job with new players coming into and making sure that they have fun. Whether you have been playing for 4 weeks or 4 years.
I'm definitely piggybacking on the Gabe.
Yeah, he really does a great job. of making sure people are enjoying themselves as he torments you with surf pressure. It's just a sick pup. Who else is really, really fun? You know what? I'm going to go with my new pal who I just met like 6 hours ago, Michael Lynn. He's a lot of fun to play with on the net. I'm going to go Mike Lynn.
You just met him?
Yeah.
Today?
He came out of nowhere. How long have we known Mike Lynn?
Not long.
Not really today.
Well, he just
I feel like we just met him like a month ago. Right?
He moved because he moved here recently from somewhere else.
He moved from Pitt?
Yeah.
He moved from Pittsburgh, came out of nowhere, and he comes with this bright smile. We have a lot of stuff in common. We have common enemies. And it's unbelievable. He got great vibes.
No, it's
love
fun.
the guy.
Yeah, he's real fun to play with.
Mike Lynn. Who do you have? So you have Gabe, you have Danny G.
I think I have Gabe, Danny G.
Come on, you gotta have one more in the bag.
Yeah. Recently, Zach Vance has been super fun to play with again.
I love that answer.
Dude, we've been missing him for a little bit.
We have.
But yeah, him being back, he's grinding. He's better than ever.
Playing
he's
really,
been loving
really
it,
well.
and it shows. Like
Zach-
you mess up a set that you should hit, he'll be like, "Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's the best thing in the world." He's positive vibes on the net. Super fun to play with. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows Zach is just the guy.
Zach is going to have a great season, too. He's really playing well, and he's grinding. He's
grinding.
He's going to have a very good season.
Wow, yeah. So, yeah, definitely Danny G, Gabe, Zach Vance.
Zach Vance coming on the pod soon, too. We got to make that happen.
Oh, for sure.
He's a legend.
I love that.
I was trying to get him tonight, but it was tough to coordinate, and he said he wasn't feeling all that well. So we got to get him on the next one.
Yeah, he'll be on. I'm not worried about it.
No. He's a local boy now.
Yeah.
He's out and about. Anything else?
One more I want to touch on.
One more. Okay.
Your most memorable or your favorite series you've ever played?
Memorable or favorite series?
Yeah.
So far, probably in Salt Lake City this year when Ryan and I got Premier when we got out of the round of 16. That was really exciting. We had a huge crowd, and that was really fun for me. Kind of fed off the crowd's energy, played really well. You know, had like you guys, Corey, had my brother in who's never seen me play before, and he lived in Colorado. He came over, and we had we're getting a message for maybe another fan question coming in. We didn't have Brandon or Kyle with me in Salt Lake City, which was very sad, but I called them shortly thereafter. I remember talking to you guys on the phone. But yeah, Salt Lake City, round of 16. We played that round of 16. I don't remember who it was. They weren't very good, though. We won in a very tight game, but we should have crushed them. They weren't really that good. So, but yeah, your call.
That's a tough question. There's a couple I can go between. Getting Premier, always a memorable series. That was against Albie, and I don't know who his partner was. But a good player, good vibes, a very nice guy. But yeah, playing against Albie before I knew who Albie was super fun in Boston. And we had a huge crowd. You had the Hoffmans, you had the
Burkett,
Lemons,
Lemons,
because you had Mike and Jake earning
on the
Premier
field,
on the net right next to us.
Yeah.
Burkett, Lorna, of course. Yeah, it was a lot of just really good vibes, really loud
Corey's
people.
wife was there too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. But yeah, it was a lot of really good vibes, really good people, loud crowd behind us. That was super memorable.
Yeah.
And one that sticks out is actually my first ever tournament win in the advanced or intermediate division.
In a series? Or just you're talking about one single game?
Tournament, like,
Period.
we won the tournament for our division.
Oh, nice.
Like, we won the tournament for our division in that Black Friday tournament, the really cold one, 2 years ago.
Kyle was there.
Kyle, you were there.
Brandon was there.
We beat you. You were playing with Brendan Minogue, right?
Yeah, you're right with Minogue.
A funny story about that one. Brandon actually, during our game, made a real rundown and then landed really hard on his shoulder. You remember that? Yeah. That was, and it was like we had to wait.
That sucked.
We had to like wait a little bit. It was like if he's gonna play or not because it was hard I have the clip on my Instagram. If you scroll really far down, it's like the first video on my Instagram. It's a little highlight video, and you see you in the back, Max Gunnison's in the background, all these people, and I didn't talk to any of you guys at this point. We were all so like new to the sport, playing in the intermediate division, and that win was against Mike Garrett and
Charlie. Yep.
And that was just, I remember that being memorable too. Mike hated us because we won.
For a while. Well,
Yeah.
it's only because we never let him forget it. Whenever your guys' names
I
came
never let
up-
him forget it.
Yeah, whenever your guys' names came up, we're like, Mike, your kryptonite's going to be a pickup.
That's so funny.
Do you remember when we were busting his balls and he just couldn't overcome the Jersey boys? He's so sour.
I didn't know Max Gunnison was there.
Max
Yeah.
Gunnison was there. He was playing with,
Danny, I think.
yeah, but they were in the division above.
The higher one.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
You know who I drove there?
Scott Beeks.
Oh,
Scotty Beeks
I
was
remember
there
Scott.
with
Yeah,
Bono.
Bono.
Yeah.
That was a tournament for the books.
Yeah.
Man,
That really was a cool
Good
day.
vibe,
I didn't even
dude.
play that day. That day was freezing.
dude, back in the day, it was just crazy. There were so many people there that like we all hang out with now, and we
Yeah.
would never thought it's like, oh, these guys are gonna be really close friends with us.
True. That's a
Dude,
good point.
that's the spike
good
ball
point.
community.
Yes.
Fucking no matter where you go, you start small, you start as strangers, and then you become really tight with these random guys from all around the state, and it's just, dude, bonds that you never thought. Like I saw this, there was this old man with a beard watching me,
I was like 29.
Corey, watching me, Corey, Mike, and Charlie play the finals. We're like, who is this guy? What? He's just standing here watching. He's not even playing, and it's just like, but now he's sitting next to me, doing what we love. And it's just crazy, crazy to think and look back on.
Yeah, I mean, it is. We saw those light blue shirts that were all over the place this year with that corny saying on the back, like "Find your circle," or helping find your circle.
I have
or
it.
something.
It's a nice shirt.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable shirt. But it's like the saying is cheese ball.
Sure,
But it's like it's actually a thing.
dude, it is.
It's the thing.
Yeah.
Like some of the closest. It's crazy. Some of the closest people in my life right now I met through spike ball, through round net. My wedding is in less than a year. I would have thought when I first. Can you imagine if a year, 2-3 years when I first got into the game, I'd be allocating like 20 fucking invites to my wedding to spike ball people. My fiance would have been like, yeah, we're not getting married, bro.
Yeah,
But
right.
now they're like my closest friends. So it's pretty cool. It's good stuff.
It is. It's awesome to think about it.
Yeah.
Especially like now, me too. Also getting married soon, and it's gonna be like same thing. A bunch of spike ball people getting married. I'm going through my list. I'm like, okay, hometown friends, college friends, and spike ball friends. And why is spike ball friends the biggest list out of all of them?
Yeah,
Like
that's
that
true.
makes no sense, but it makes perfect sense at the same time.
Yeah.
It's
well
just
put.
it's crazy to think about how many of us losers get together and play this stupid beach game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll spend our time, our money.
Yeah.
We're gonna run through it.
We're not going back to that.
One thing I wanted to touch on was when we brought up Gabrielle is her name, right?
Yes.
Corey's wife. This year, Corey will be playing. He's overcoming a hand injury right now, but he'll be back as good as new as pretty soon. If you're ever at a tournament and Corey's wife's there, you have to take a peek at Corey's wife during the quarters and the semis, because at that point in time, she's been there for the whole day. And I don't want to speak on her behalf, and if she watches this, Corey, tell her to text me and correct me if I'm wrong. But I think she kind of loses interest at some point in time in the game, in the day. And when I was in Virginia, I saw the most impressive thing I've ever seen live at a spike ball event. It was was it quarters? Was it semis? It was maybe semis. It was Judgment Day versus Rogue in semis. Did they play in semis or quarters? I'm having a
Semis.
mind
They played
lapse.
semis.
Semis. The crowd is absolutely going insane. People are screaming. There's aces left and right. And I pan around and I get around to my New Jersey guys and I go to sit down and I see everyone. I see Corey there and I see his wife, Gabrielle, right next to him. And there's all this commotion. People are standing in between points and screaming. And she is halfway done knitting. She's knitting, halfway done knitting. I believe at the time it was a scarf. And it was an unbelievably intricate scarf. Like the color pattern was on point. It was beautiful. But in amongst that chaos, this woman is knitting. She's not really a woman. She's probably young. This girl is freaking knitting. And at first I was just like, why is she knitting? That's so weird. But then it hit me a little while after. I was like, Can you imagine doing something that with that much precision needed amongst all that chaos? Is the coolest thing I saw all year at a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, she watches when Corey plays, and I think when Corey gets out, she loses a little bit of interest.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It's
I would
unbelievable.
say so.
If Corey, listen, if your wife ends up seeing this episode of this pod, or if you do, can you show her this clip? That scarf that she was knitting that day in Virginia, I'd like a price tag on it. I'd like to buy it. I want to purchase the
Definitely
scarf.
send a picture in. Definitely a picture.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a picture.
It's unbelievable. And the winter's coming, like
Much needed.
wedding coming up, maybe a wedding gift. Like,
Ooh.
dude, that scarf was unreal. And yeah, well, if I can get it, if I can buy and get my hands on it, I will be wearing it on an episode soon. And you guys will be like, oh yeah, he's talking about the scarf. It's good stuff.
The one.
Okay, so we went through some fan questions. We touched on nationals. We know that what's coming up soon. We always do this. I don't know how long we've been going. If I had to guess, our guys in the back, do we know how long we've been going?
I know how long we've been going.
Okay. How long we've been going?
We're at an hour 5 right now.
Okay, so we're in the good zone.
Solid. This is solid.
Off-season focus. Outside of the usual pickups, what are you doing on your own? What are you doing to get yourself as ready as possible, to give yourself the best chances possible for a Christmas Classic coming up, but ultimately 2024 season? What are you doing on your own?
A lot of serving, a lot of hitting drills just by myself, and I need to get. My goal is to also be a lot more into fitness, a lot more into getting my body in the best shape it possibly could, to be as athletic as possible, be faster, be quicker
laterally.
Exactly, laterally and vertically. I would love to get my vertical up, and that's the biggest thing. I want to be faster, especially after Florida. Even though it's just I need to be faster, and so I'm gonna be hitting the gym. I'm gonna start running a lot of athletic weird movements, not necessarily like barbell bench or barbell squat and all that, but a lot of probably front squats, a lot of real twisting movements while exploding, and some band work, some sprints. Just a lot of that stuff to really just get my body in the best shape it possibly could be. You know, I don't care how I look. I know I'm not going to look the greatest as an athletic body sometimes, but I just need to be faster. That's my number one goal, to be faster.
Speed. If you could pinpoint anything.
Yes.
If I could pinpoint anything for myself, actually, flexibility. I'm working this off season on flexibility. I know yoga sounds super lame, but getting a yoga mat, getting on there 10, 15 minutes, and trying to just become more flexible, helping me maybe with hitting and stuff around the net, maybe just avoiding injuries in general. I'm also trying to work more on post pickup or post play, post grind, post drill recovery. I talked a little bit about it, you guys, off camera, but I'm doing like cold plunges, and I'm really trying to take care of myself after the pickup, because a lot of people will stretch, they'll warm up, basically not at all. I don't see many people in round net warming up too much, but stretch, warm up, do their bands and everything, and then as soon as they're done, go get in the car, go grab a cheeseburger, and go home, and sit there and take a shower and be like, that was a good pickup. You really shouldn't end it there, whether you're 21 or, for me, 32. I think that you should, if you really want to play this game, go watch a high-level baseball game, whether it's college, high school, whatever, and show me where you see a pitcher pitch 2 days in a row, and he goes out there and throwing his arm out 2 days in a row. It's not happening. I think we got to take that into account and prepare our bodies to be able to do it more often, but also like in a smart way.
I would completely agree.
Yeah, those are the two areas. Like you talked about the resistance. I got the bands. I'm trying to do that. Like at work, like I'm in a meeting or I'm in a Zoom meeting, like, and it's here. I'm just down here, just working different arm, movements, just trying to stay like as loose as possible. Because like, I don't know, man, after a tournament, like I'm like the next day I'm hurting a little bit. I'll be honest. Like, not like, oh, I can't freaking go out there and play anymore, but I'd like to get to a point where I'm not as down for the count the next day. Because ultimately, we also have Orlando coming up, where we got to play 2 days in a row. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think we have to, all of us have to be ready. That tournament's going to be a grind. That could be a war of attrition sometimes just as much as it is, showing up individually. So
that's gonna be fun too.
Like that. It is gonna be fun. That is gonna be fun.
I think playing co-ed helped with that a lot. The back-to-back days.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
I felt really good towards the end of the season, like endurance-wise. Like I felt like I could compete at my best all day 1 and all day 2 by like Atlanta of last year, which was still kind of early.
That is early.
And I felt super good.
May? Was Atlanta end of May?
I don't remember.
I think it was.
Yeah?
I think it was end of May. I think it was May 24th or something.
Which was really early in the season. I felt really good because I played a couple 2-day tournaments prior. And just also playing pickup multiple times a week just really helped the endurance, really helped me feel more comfortable.
Right.
And I bet I could have even felt better if I was taking recovery seriously. And doing just as much recovery as you do for warm-up, which you should, if not do more recovery work than warm-up work. But
yeah. Maybe we should talk a little bit about Orlando and our squad because it is finally complete.
Yeah,
it's final.
That is,
and we haven't talked about that much. Give the people our team of 7.
So,
what did you get texted? Like Brandon sent us. Did you send us a good question?
Oh, he was just checking the equipment for us, making sure everything was good because the camera likes to go into a sleep mode to help the screen.
Okay.
But like what happens is we record to the computer, so that helps out a little bit.
Gotcha.
But
Thank you for looking out, though, B.
Yeah, B's the best.
All right, so let's go into it. Let's go into our roster.
We got,
in no particular order,
I would say, a majority Lemon squad. We got super lucky with Mike Lynn getting winning the lottery, as well as a free night hotel room, which is awesome.
Great stuff.
But yeah, we got the lottery from Mike Lynn. He didn't want to use it, so the Lemons grabbed it.
Yep.
Jake did a really, I think it was Jake who really manned it.
Jake led the charge.
Jake was great with leading the charge. That's great. Jake Mottershead, so he's captain. Followed by yours truly, Josh DiDonato. Myself, Matt Spo. Mike Garrett as well. We got the man behind the camera, Brandon T. Monier. We got the man, the other half of Jersey Boys, Corey Weiss.
Love that. 6.
And we have, last but totally not least.
You want me to say it?
The man.
The myth.
The myth. The legend.
The Meek.
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Kyle.
No, but like, Zach was such a good pick. We picked that like 2 weeks ago, maybe last week.
Yep.
And talking about it, it was just like all of us were like, should we ask him? And it was like, I had a pickup one day, and we were like, yeah, definitely. Why wouldn't we? Yeah. Just for vibe's sake. Like, he's a great player, but put play aside, I don't care if he can't set a ball.
Yeah.
Zach, he's so fun to play with. Like I said, top 3 NJR player to play with, and it's just not debatable. He's so fun. All of us we're again tight-knit community. We're all a great group of friends. We're all gonna get along super well.
Yes.
We got a sick place to stay.
We do.
We're gonna be lounging it up, living it up. I can't wait. It's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're not the most top-heavy team, but we're a very balanced team. We're a team that plays together all the time. So I think when we mix and match, we'll do really well. We played for years together. I'm excited. I'm not going to go into this saying I think we're going to win, but I think we're going to surprise some people.
I would agree.
That's what I would say.
We have depth.
We have depth.
We have a very just even level of team.
Yes, we do. I look forward to play with any and all matchups, and I know we're still working on seeding people and trying to have that be as accurate as possible, but also as fair as possible. So that still remains to be done. We're working on our own little NJ rankings here coming out at some point in time next couple.
Hopefully
weeks.
soon, like we said. Hopefully soon.
But it's all it's all good. That tournament's going to be super hype, great vibes. I wasn't there last year, but I know there are games to 15. I know that you're playing not with the same person twice, 3 nets at one time, which equal 1 round of play. So who we're going after? Gabe. I just want to take down their squad. That's really it. We go
NJ
down.
versus NJ. Yeah, NJ basically. NJ has kind of 2 squads going. We have our Lemon squad going, Lemon and Friends, and then we have an NJR and GWR squad going down. A little mashup of those two guys, and if we mix,
it's gonna be fireworks.
You guys better stay on your freaking toes. All right, you hear me, Gross? You hear me, Fanaki?
Yeah, dude.
Don't get loose. Don't think that it's an easy win by any means.
I mean, if Gross plays Corey, he definitely thinks it's an easy win.
As he should.
As he should.
As he should.
They beat you guys, whatever.
Pretty badly.
Yeah, we won't go into the scores.
Yeah.
But now put a little bit of a chip on Corey's shoulder. Corey versus Gross. Taking Corey.
Who knows?
Gross going down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Couldn't even beat Lazy this weekend. I mean, let's get with it. Sorry, just kidding. Sorry,
rough.
Justin.
That's rough.
Yeah. So Orlando, we have our squad. What else we got? We got anything good? Anything else coming up in the Spike Lemonade pod world or lemon world that you think would be valuable or fun to tease at or talk about?
Peep the Lemon Lads Instagram. We're posting more. We're trying to get out there. We're trying to get more fun content, more play content. We're gonna get a YouTube channel up eventually for the Lemon Lads. Some vlogs going.
Right.
We're really trying to hit this content wave. We're trying to hit it hard.
Yes.
We really want to just get our name out there. So, as always, follow Lemon Lads Roundnet on Instagram.
Yep.
Follow Spiked Lemonade Pod on Instagram. Follow or subscribe to the Spiked Lemonade Podcast on YouTube.
That would be
Follow
helpful.
us on Spotify. We have 500 something listeners and only like 200 something followers.
We have been doing well with the listens and the views on Spotify.
With both. I mean, why aren't you following? Why aren't you rating us? Rate us 5 stars.
Yeah, the 5-star
Why
ratings
not?
would be
Or
splendid.
rate us 4 stars if you really think we deserve 4 stars. But like, I don't know why you would think that. But yeah, rate us 4. Rate us 5.
That's 4 stars.
Rate us 5.
Enough.
Dude, YouTube, subscribe, follow Josh Dito Roundnet on Instagram.
Matt Spell Roundnet
on Instagram. Yeah, let's blow us up. Really, just get us going. Please and thank you.
Yep.
That's my public service announcement.
Yep, we will continue to deliver with good guests and some good stuff. We want to be the most consistent podcast in Roundnet. We also want to be the best podcast in Roundnet. We'll be honest with you. Like, we're both very competitive dudes, and we're not interested in second place. So you'd say, oh, well, you're just, creating the pod, looking to have fun and make the most of it. All true, but we still want to be the best podcast in the game.
And think about it. The more followers we get, think about it, the better guests we're going to get, right?
Yeah, that is true.
People look at us and they're like, wow, they're doing something.
This is good stuff.
It's not just 2 guys sitting at a kitchen table.
Shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze. It might be. But imagine 2 guys at a kitchen table shooting the breeze with followers. Right?
It has a good ring to it.
Right?
Yeah. But that's funny, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's solid. What episode are we on now? It's good that we're losing track of the episodes.
18?
Think that's a good thing.
18 or 17.
Like, even if we're wrong, I think it's good.
It is.
Just shows
We're
that
getting
flowing.
there. Yeah.
This is episode
18.
I think this is 18.
Episode 18.
Yeah, episode 18. Episode 19, I still think will just be Maddie and I. Maybe a Vance in the mix. Maybe like a surprise guest. I want to shoot for episode 20 to be the Gabe Fanaki episode. With the partner reveal.
Possibly. That could happen.
That could happen. Maybe I think that's a
Don't
2.5 week.
hold
time.
us to that.
Maybe
but
by 21, I think it'll happen.
Okay.
By 21.
Maybe.
We also have to do our episode where we talk about who we're playing with for next season. And I still wanted to do that episode where like we talk about it, but like, what do you think? Do you think we should do the 4 of us on the pod, or should we do 2 and 2? Like 2 on for like a half hour to chat, and then switch, and then the other 2 in to talk about.
The 4 of us would be cool.
4 of us, 2 cameras on either side of the table type thing.
We could do that.
Could be fun.
I actually thought about doing a 2-camera setup for this pod, but
really,
yeah, in that box with the arms has an extra dummy battery for my other camera, so that way we can plug it in and leave it plugged in for the whole pod. So, I think maybe next podcast 2 angles.
2 angles would be really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I think 4 people for that pod would be sick. I also think maybe it might be a little early for Gabe's team by 21. Maybe.
21's still 3-4 weeks away.
True. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
But team announcements don't come out till you got to think a little later, right?
That is true.
And it's all up to their discretion. We're just here to help them talk about it. And
that's true. Maybe 21's a little bit bold.
We can do ours earlier, though.
Yeah, we can do ours a little earlier. 25. We'll talk to him. If he's cool with it, we'll do it. You know what I mean? If he wants to wait till December, January, whatever, then we wait. So it ain't no thing.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, that's been Spike Lemonade Pod episode
18. A huge shout out to Kyle Keenan. Keenan is key again for hosting
Kyle
at the studio.
Much, appreciate you.
He's crushing it. Check him out on Instagram at Keenan is key.
Is Keenan _ key?
That's the one.
Yeah, go check that out. Keenan _ key. He posts unbelievably professional and up-to-date content, all things real estate, not just like, look at this house, I'm selling this house here. It's like informational stuff too for people that are like in the game and really kind of wanting to know the do's and don'ts of that industry, which I'm not really that familiar with. But Kyle does a good job with informational, Connor Prelick style videos,
yes,
if you will.
Very informational.
Like informative stuff. Very well done at a high level. So check him out, Kyle. Thank you for letting us use the pad. If it's cool with you, we're going to be back again because this is a perfect middle ground for us. Maybe we'll be here a little earlier, so we're not keeping you up. But yeah, Spike Lemonade Pod, episode 18, coming at you now. A little bit of a surprise guest with Justin, Shaytar. And yeah, that's it. We're out of here.
Hey, Keenan is key, SLP is key, right?
That's it.
See ya.
Don't hate, just wait, Spike Lemonade.
All right, get in here. Hey, roll with this. You got your script? Go right now.
New first-time homebuyer down payment program available. 5% down on all first-time homebuyer grant. No, I'm kidding.
Do something like that.
The only Roundnet podcast that squeezes out all the juice in the Roundnet community right now.
Did you wait? I'm supposed to go then.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Redo. Okay. redo.
What is this? Amateur hour?
Wait.
The only Roundnet podcast that squeezes out all the juice in the Roundnet community right now.
I can't think of anything. I'm blanking right now. So bad.
Man's camera shy. He's camera shy.
This is so bad.
This is terrible.
This is so
You're
bad.
blowing it.
Hold
you
on,
had
hold on.
one shot, dude.
Dude.
Oh my gosh. Who is this kid?
I don't know how to think of something smooth.
Whenever he